For years, I've been fascinated by AI, but recently, something is shifting. The pace of development isn't just fast, it's dizzying. In this podcast, I'm sharing my unfiltered thoughts on the future of AI, the incredible possibilities, yes, but also the serious ethical and societal changes we need to prepare for right now. So, let's talk about the current AI revolution beyond the hype. So, let's unpack what AI truly means, moving past sci fi fantasies to current capabilities. So, obviously, the word AI means artificial intelligence. So, it's intelligent, but it's always going to be artificial. I think at the minute things need that human touch just for a bit longer, or maybe forever. You never know. But basically, I know what AI can do somewhat. There's ChatGPT. It's a chatbot. There's Gemini, Copilot, and all these different ones. I seem to I like Gemini at the minute. The image generation, I think it's called 2.5 Flash. I think that's a lot better than ChatGPT, their image generation. So that's what AI can do. It can also do. So, have you ever heard of Sora? Sora is an AI videos generation. It will generate realistic looking videos. That's quite scary, but that's one as well. I've watched some of these Sora videos, and I think the video is okay. It's realistic. It's starting to fool me at times, but I think the sound on them, I can tell it's like text to speech on some of them. So that's really what it can do. Let's showcase practical and groundbreaking AI applications we see in healthcare, finance, and creative industries. So I'm going to talk about it specifically for creative industries. AI can turn your long form videos into shorts. That's what I do. A lot of these clips from the podcast are going to be AI clipping bits of the podcast that'll go out as shorts and then they'll be put on YouTube as a related video so you can watch the full podcast down below. It'll hopefully bring the podcast new audiences. But let's forecast how AI fundamentally transforms daily life from personal education to smart cities. Let's talk about it in an educational context. I don't think it's the best in education. If you're at a college or a school, they have detection systems and you can get caught. So, unless you know how to use it carefully, it's not worth it for education. The inevitable changes in the job market and the emergence of AI, of human AI, collaborative roles. Why, when they say AI is going to take over humans, no, I just don't buy it. I think things are going to always need human touches, and it's a great help, but it will never replace us. And ethical minefields and governs changes. If you live in the UK, you'll certainly know if you watch The Chase, the Governess. The Governess is, I don't know how to describe it. Chase, it's a game show where people try to get cash by beating these really genius people. The Chaser, one of them's Anne Hegarty, the Governess, and they have to answer questions in turns and stuff. That's The Chase in a nutshell. I'm sure you know the introduction. These four people have never played before, um, but try to get thousands of pounds. And there's just one thing standing in their way: the chaser. The chase is on. It always starts like that, and then it goes and then the show starts. This is why this show is called Rambling with Nathan. I go off on tangents, but let's talk about delving into critical and ethical concerns, bias in algorithm, privacy infringements, and autonomous decision making. I heard, I'm not saying they did, but I'm saying with something like they'd put Mickey Mouse in, But I think now, I don't have Sora, but from what I've heard, people were trying to get Mickey Mouse or whatever, copyrighted characters, and it were generating them. But I think they now have systems in place to stop things that are copyrighted getting generated. I can't remember. I could be totally wrong, but let's talk about examining the complexities of establishing AI regulation and internal cooperation. It does need regulating because it's an unregulated world pretty much at the minute, and it does need a little bit of regulations just so that everyone is on the same page with it. But then let's talk about considering the impact of AI on democratic processes and the spread of misinformation. So if you ever look on ChatGPT, it says ChatGPT can make mistakes. I don't think enough people read that because it can make mistakes. It's like humans, we can make mistakes. So if people were to read that, they'd know that there could be misinformation. It could be like Chinese whispers where you whisper something and then it goes down and down and down to the point where it could be something like a fish swam a water and then it could turn up by the end to a fish drank water. The message can change. So let's talk about the human AI partnership opportunities and risks. So let's envision the future where humans and AI augment each other's capabilities for unprecedented innovation. I can't see that happening. A robot, an AI, and a human arguing with each other. Oh, but just imagine I'm a robot. I only know what I know. No, we're humans. We're superior. No, you're not. We're robots. We're AI. Let's talk about addressing the psychological and sociological impacts of increased AI integration on human connection and identity. I feel like I heard somewhere, I don't know where, but I heard it could be changing how people speak and the intelligence of people and stuff because they're not actually having to think and do the work. And that's a bit worrying. Let's debate on the control and ensuring AI remains a tool for human flourishing and not replacement. That's what I said. AI can't replace us, it can only help us, I'd say. That's the takeaway message. So let's chart our course, a call to action. Let's emphasize the importance of proactive and education and critical thinking to navigate AI's future. Suggest concrete steps individuals and communities can take to prepare and shape the AI era. I am trying to embrace it, but at the same time, it can be hard. So let's talk about the conclusion with forwarding, looking on perspective and how we can harness AI for a more equitable and prosperous world. I think AI, if there's any boring tasks like, like making a thumbnail, but if you make a thumbnail, don't just check the thing spits out. Adjust it a bit, make it your own, add your own ideas to it, on Canva, and then AI's done a lot of the work, and you've just added your little touches that makes it yours, makes it your product with the help of AI. So I think that there should be something like if AI's made the work, you don't own it. If AI's been partially used, you might be able to say, "Well, I own it." But let's not get too debatey on here. But that is today's video. It's a bit of a shambles, I'll be honest, but I think I've had a crack at it. And I'm filming it for the Patreon audit. Let's talk about Patreon because if you want to support the channel, the starter tier. If you want to support the channel, $3.99, you'll get ad-free videos. The $5.99 tier is the early bird tier. You'll get early access to videos and ad-free. But now let's talk about the Backstage Pass because there's a new addition to the Backstage Pass. You not only get behind the scenes, you not only get ad-free videos, you not get only get early videos, you also get extended versions of the podcast. So if you watch on YouTube and you're thinking, oh, I want an extended cut of this, go onto Patreon. Make sure you get the Backstage Pass. I think that's the best one because you get the lot. You get everything that the channel provides as a service. So that is today's podcast done. It's Rambling with Nathan, and it literally is. That's accurate. I'll see you on the next episode of the podcast.